Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of December. Of course, I'm going to show you all of the stuff that I got over the month of December. Stuff that I got myself and on my birthday and on Christmas. But first up, I'd like to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I wish you all a wonderful, healthy, wealthy 2016. And of course, I'm going to give away a shout out, and this one is for Christopher Walker. Not Walken, but Walker. He's a nice kid. He has some review videos in his channel, so go check him out and go subscribe to him. Christopher Walker. The link is below. Now, before I'm going to show you the movies that I got, I want to show you something else, and that is the soundtrack of Star Wars The Force Awakens by John Williams. This is a very nice ditchy pack. And I've seen the movie, of course, seen it twice, actually, and I absolutely love it. I know that it really kind of divides the fans into two groups, those who love it and those who hate it. I just love it. And the feeling that I had with the original trilogy, the magic that was missing in the prequels, J.J. Abrams managed to bring it back in The Force Awakens, in my opinion. And I thought these two were fantastic. John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, they were just fantastic in this movie. And I love the new droid here, BB-8. But yeah, it did not disappoint me at all. I thought it was amazing film. And here's a Riefenstahl-esque picture of the First Order. Yeah, can't wait to see it again. And great music, of course, by John Williams. You cannot go wrong with the maestro here. And I also got this book, which is called The Art of Star Wars The Force Awakens. I want to show you just a couple of things. I don't think there are some spoilers, but the artwork on this book is just amazing. There's a lot of artwork in this book that was not used in the movie, by the way. But it looks absolutely amazing. If you're a big fan of Star Wars, I definitely recommend you getting this book. Yeah, great. And here is another book that I got on Christmas, and that is VHS, video cover art, which has these just like it says, the cover art, the artwork of VHS tapes back in the 1980s. And this is a walk down memory lane for me. Even though this is from the UK releases, they're slightly different than the Dutch releases, just slightly, not very much. But it's a very nostalgic book to me, having grew up in the 1980s and visited the video stores back in the day a lot of times. If you want to see more of these books, I know there's a couple of YouTubers who did a more in-depth video on this book, so go check them out. But this is wonderful books. Okay, let me show the DVDs first, and this is Entrapment. I got this for 50 cents, by the way. That's not a bad deal if you ask me. And I've always liked this movie. It's a very enjoyable heist movie. And Catherine Zeta-Jones has never been sexier. Experiment in Terror. Never seen this one, by the way. I know that Twilight Time has released a Blu-ray of this, but I got the DVD because it's a lot cheaper. Directed by Blake Edwards, who is best known as the director of the Pink Panther movies, but he has done some excellent thrillers like this one and Wait Until Dark, with Audrey Hepburn. I still need to get that one, by the way. Oh, sorry for the background noise, by the way. There are some idiots outside lighting up fireworks, so just, ignore them. The Dutch are nuts when it comes to fireworks. We spend hundreds, if not thousands of euros on fireworks. I know a guy who has spent 800 euros on fireworks. That's how crazy we are. But I don't do that. I'm one of the few people who doesn't like fireworks. I think it's just a waste of money. But anyway, apologies for the background noises. You probably hear it throughout this video a couple of times, but just ignore it. Anyway, The Stone Killer with Charles Bronson. This is one of the 6 movies that Bronson has made with director Michael Winner. I've read an interview with Winner in which he said that he has slept with Bronson's wife, Jill Ireland, but that was before Jill and Bronson has met each other. But they never told Bronson that. They wanted to keep it a secret because they were afraid that he might kill both of them, which I kind of believe. Bronson seemed like the kind of guy you don't want to mess around with. But this is a good film, The Stone Killer. Interstellar 5555, the animated house musical with music by Daft Punk, among others. Never seen this one. Also got this for 50 cents, by the way. Here's another anime, Tokyo Godfathers, which is based on the John Ford movie Three Godfathers. But this is a wonderful anime by Satoshi Kon, who also directed Paprika and Perfect Blue, I believe it was. He died way too early, by the way. A wonderful film. And I'm in a Western kick at the moment, and I purchased a lot of Westerns in December. Alvarez Kelly with William Holden, Richard Whitmark. Arizona, Gene Arthur and a young William Holden. And another young William Holden, Texas, also with Glenn Ford. And speaking of Glenn Ford, he also stars in Lust for Gold, also with Ida Lupino, who was also one of the first women directors of Hollywood. And here is yet another Glenn Ford Western, The Violent Men, with Edward G. Robinson and Barbara Stanwyck. A good movie, this one. Story-wise is not very original. You've seen these Westerns before with the same story, but it's pretty good. And speaking of Barbara Stanwyck, she also stars in another Western called 40 Guns by Samuel Fuller. And as you notice, we are going now for the Blu-rays, what I'm going to show you now. But this is a wonderful release, with the booklet and all that, by Eureka Masters of Cinema series. And I also grabbed 2 other movies from the same label. Shane, which is without a doubt one of the greatest Westerns of all time, and also one of the most influential films of all time, by George Stevens. George Stevens started his career as a director of comedies, Laurel and Hardy film movies and screwball comedies with Cary Grant. But when he came back from the war, he was a cinematographer in the war, and he witnessed the liberation of the concentration camp in Dachau, and it made such a big impact on him that when he returned to Hollywood, he decided to make serious films like Shane and Giant and A Place in the Sun. This brilliant film, Shane. And also got this one from the Masters of Cinema, The Quiet Man by John Ford. Not a Western, actually. This is one of the few non-Westerns that John Ford has made with John Wayne. Set in 1920s Ireland. and it's a very personal film for John Ford. Yeah, he has said that this is his, his favorite film, and Maureen O'Hara, who passed away a couple of months ago, she said the same thing. This was also her favorite film as well. And I have to say, the transfer looks amazing, really, absolutely stunning. The Technicolor cinematography by Winton Hawk, it really stands out. It's such a stunning transfer on this Blu-ray. And I grabbed a couple of more westerns. The Tall Man. Now this is a release from Germany, by the way. This is a media book. As you can see there, there's some pictures inside, and of course it is written in German. I haven't seen this one yet though, but I have seen this one, The Oxbow Incident. This is an incredible film, by the way, with Henry Fonda, Dana Andrews. Such an incredible film. Nice artwork on that as well. And also grabbed Western Union, which is an upgrade. And I have to say, it's worth getting this on Blu-ray because the transfer looks fantastic. For a movie that came out in 1941, it's a beautiful transfer, absolutely. Now these are very nice editions. These are actually DVD size media books, but very nice editions, I have to say, and great transfers, absolutely. And there's another Western, Johnny Guitar, by Nicholas Ray. Fantastic film. One of Sergio Leone's favorite Westerns. It also has an introduction from Martin Scorsese. Joan Crawford, she had a fight with Sterling Hayden and Mercedes McCambridge during the making of this film, which is not really surprising because Crawford has fights with everybody. Betty Davis, everybody. She was this, diva, absolutely, kind of, movie diva who wanted to get what she wanted. But this was one of her best films, absolutely. Johnny Guitar. And I grabbed a couple of spaghetti westerns. I got this one. I got this from the Black Friday deal from Amazon. The spaghetti western double feature with The Last Gun, $4 of Revenge. 2 rare classic westerns with all new high definition film transfers. It might be high definition, but the transfers are very grainy and scratchy and dirt's all over it. But it's not clean picture. They didn't remaster it or restore it. However, I don't find it a bit of a problem because it's more like a throwback to the old Super 8 kind of movies, you know what I mean? So it has this nostalgic feel to it. And I also grabbed Cemetery Without Crosses, which is a little known, little seen, obscure Italian Western by Robert Hossein, who also directed this film. He directed it and he also stars in it. And he was inspired by Sergio Leone and his westerns when he made this film. Well, this is an upgrade, by the way, because I have the German release, DVD release, which came in this wooden package, but that one is out of print a long time ago. But I'm glad that Arrow has released this on Blu-ray because more people should see this movie. It's an excellent film. And I also grabbed 2 more Arrow titles, Blind Woman's Cursed and Zardos. Now Zardos, I haven't seen this one yet. Zardos I have seen, and this is one of those WTF kind of movies, where Sean Connery wears red diapers. So if you ever want to see Sean Connery in red diapers, this is the one you have to see. But I got these Blu-rays from the Arrow sale, and I had over 5,000 reward points, and I used up 4,000 on these Blu-rays. So I bought these Blu-rays for under £10, £9 and 50 cents, I believe. So not a bad deal, not a bad deal at all. And there's another Arrow release that I got, Blood Rage, which is a very, very cheesy slasher movie. I mean, the acting is so incredibly bad. The dialogue is so incredibly dreadful, but it's fun. You know, I really enjoyed it. It has some good gore in it, and it has 3 different versions of it. The original home video version, which is called Blood Rage. It also has Nightmare at Shadow Woods, which is the theatrical recut, and it has an alternate composite cut combining footage from both versions. And this one also has a different title, which is simply called Slasher. So each version has a different title. But this was fun. This was a lot of fun. It's so bad, it's good. Okay, next up is the Steelbook of 71. Fantastic movie, this one. It's takes place in Belfast, 1971, hence the title, 71. And it's about an English soldier played by Jack O'Donnell. Or is it O'Connell? Well, anyway. O'Donnell, isn't it? Oh, well, fuck it. He plays an English soldier who accidentally is abandoned by his unit, so he had to struggle to survive, and he had to find his way back home to to the barracks. But at the same time, he's being hunted down by the IRA, and it's really a great film. It has some intense moment in it, and yeah, I really liked it a lot. And here's the Steelbook of AntMan. Yeah, the Steelbook is nice. It's okay. Doesn't have the title on the spine, which is no big surprise there, because they've done it before, Marvel. But I have to say, the movie, I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't want to enjoy it after they fired Edgar Wright. I thought, no, this movie's gonna suck. But it did not suck. I enjoyed it very much, and I enjoyed it more than Avengers Age of Ultron. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. This also comes with a bonus disc. Good one. Very good installment in the franchise. After I saw the movie at the cinema, I said that this was, the best Mission Impossible movie so far. Now I'm kind of hesitating between this and Part 3. The one that J.J. Abrams directed. So I really have to see both movies again just to make sure to come up with a final conclusion. I do like to make a ranking video of the Mission Impossible franchise. Like same thing that I've done with the Halloween movies. But this is a great installment, and it has some Hitchcock moments, in my opinion. Some of you might be saying, "Yeah, sure, Donnie. Have you been drinking?" or something like that. But I'm serious. The opera sequence, for example, is very Hitchcockian, in my opinion. And the girl, Rebecca Ferguson, god damn, she can kick my ass any time of the week. Really, I'm being serious. I wouldn't mind it at all. And I'm happy that she's going to return in the next movie. I kind of hated it when none of the female characters from these movies are returning. I would have liked to see Paula Patton back again, but none of the female characters are coming back. But she is coming back in the next one, so I'm very much looking forward to that. She's definitely my favorite female characters from the franchise. Yeah, great film. Good Will Hunting. Got this also from the Black Friday deal from Amazon. Very cheap. A great film. Great performance by Robin Williams, by the way. This is really, in my opinion, this is Robin Williams at his best. The serious roles. He was really, really good in the serious roles. And speaking of Robin Williams in a serious role, here he is playing the bad guy in Insomnia, Christopher Nolan's remake of the original Swedish version, I believe it was. Great film. A Perfect World, which is also a great film by Clint Eastwood, with Kevin Costner. Wonderful watch this one. This is a Dutch movie, The Tweeling, which means twin sisters. This was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. And it's about these two twin sisters who are separated by force. One grows up in Germany, the other grows up in the Netherlands, and then World War II, breaks out, and the Dutch girl marries a Jewish guy who later being captured and deported to a concentration camp. The German girl marries a Nazi soldier, and they do meet each other again after a while, during the war actually. But it's a beautiful, beautiful film. Twin sisters. The Untouchables. What can I say about this one? This is a classic, no doubt about it. Dead Race Inferno, not exactly a classic, I would say, but it's an enjoyable movie. I do like the Dead Race movies. And this one is definitely not bad at all. This is the there goes fireworks again. This is the sequel to the prequel to the remake to the original. Get it? Good. And this is a good one. I haven't seen this movie since the VHS days. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Great film, this one. This was written by Scott Rosenberg. He was a hot screenwriter back in the day, in the 1990s. He also did Con Air and Beautiful Girls. He was a very good screenwriter. He wrote some good dialogues as well. And he created some interesting characters in this film and in Con Air. I don't hear anything from this guy anymore. I guess ever since he did the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds, he kind of disappeared. But that version of Gone in 60 Seconds, that was pretty bad. This is the one with Nicolas Cage, but that was pretty bad. He should not have done that. But this is a good film anyway. Next is Chaplin's S&A comedies, which is a very nice release from Flickr Alley. Chaplin made 14 films, I believe. Yeah, 14 films for S&A Film Manufacturing Company between 1914 and 1917. And this is a wonderful release. It has also both the Blu-ray and the DVD. Also comes with a booklet over here. Information on the movies that are inside this set. And if you're a Chaplin completist like I am, definitely go get this. It's a wonderful release. Next is the complete 5th season of The Walking Dead. And this has a very nice cover, this one. It's not my favorite season, to be honest. I thought the middle part was kind of a letdown. It starts really good in Terminus, and the end it ends very good as well. But the middle part I have some problem with. Season 6, which is aired at the moment, although it has this mid-season stop, which I find ridiculous. I mean, whoever came up with the idea of a mid-season stop should be executed, but hey, that's just my opinion. But so far, I think season 6 is fantastic. If they managed to keep it up the way they did with season 6, then this could be the best season yet, really. But at this moment, season 4 is still my favorite one. But this is the one that comes with the gift set, which looks lovely. I mean, look at this. Look at the details. Absolutely disgusting. Look at that. Yuck. I mean, I love the details on this. I mean, it's kind of cheaply, plastic made, but I just liked it. I like it a lot. I mean, it looks amazing. It looks disgusting, but amazing. See that he has these bullets on here, and there's tin can. There's another bullet shelf. There's some debris and all that shit. I mean, look at that. The flesh is hanging. Look at that. Yeah. Really amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm curious to see what they're gonna bring out next year with season 6. Also got the Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, the extended version. Still need to see the extended version, but I have seen the movie at the cinema, and I do like it. I do believe they should have made 2 movies. Guillermo del Toro, when he was on board as a director, his plan was to make 2 movies, and I think they should have done that. But I have to say I enjoyed all 3 movies of them. Even though there are some scenes in it that was not necessary in all 3 movies. But yeah, I cannot wait to check out the extended version. And this one came with the statue. I got this from Germany because this is the most cheapest one, a lot cheaper than the American one or the Canadian one for that matter. But I really love the look. I mean, look at the face of Gandalf and Bilbo. I mean, the resemblance is fantastic, and again, a lot of great details on here as well. Very, very nice, I have to say. And it looks fantastic with the other statues that I have of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And last but not least, I got something I've been waiting for a long time, and that is the complete series of the X-Files on Blu-ray. Although it isn't really that complete, because next year we'll be having the 10th season. Well, I don't think it's really a season. It's actually more of a mini-series, but they made a space for it on the set, which is very nice. Unless they're gonna do another season after that, so there won't be any space left in this box set. But it's a great box set, and I haven't seen these series for too long a time, but can't wait to sit down and watch the whole series again of the X-Files. It was really one of my it still is one of my favorite series of all time, really, and a wonderful box set, really is. Anyway, that is it for my December update of 2015. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and again, Happy New Year. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.